They say no one really knows who we are. Some believe we're just storytellers. Others say we're a cursed trio of brothers not born, but bound by something ancient. We go by one name, Mystic Trio. Tonight's video is about urban legends, the kind of tales people whisper about in the dark. Most write them off as rumors, campfire stories, fiction. But what if we told you some of them are real? What if behind those eerie tales was a terrifying truth waiting to be uncovered? These aren't just stories, they're warnings. So next time you hear an urban legend and laugh it off, remember this video and the ones who didn't believe until it was too late. This video is not for the weak-hearted. If you're just here for a good time, leave now, because what we're about to reveal are the dark truths they never wanted you to know. But if you're still here, then you're one of us, and it's time to open the door to the unknown. In rural West Virginia, a woman named Zona Heaster died mysteriously in 1897. Her death was ruled natural causes and she was buried quickly. But her mother, Mary Jane, claimed she was visited by Zona's ghost, who told her the truth. She had been strangled by her husband. The authorities were skeptical until Mary Jane described specific injuries, a broken neck, bruising, details no one had shared. Exhuming the body proved her right. Zona's windpipe had been crushed, and her neck was broken. Her husband was arrested and convicted, the only case in U.S. history where a ghost's testimony helped solve a murder. People thought Mary Jane was crazy, but in the end, she was right. And Zona's spirit never let the truth stay buried. It usually starts with a knock, soft, steady, late at night. You look through the peephole and see two children standing quietly on your doorstep. They're pale, their clothes are a little off, like they're from another time, and their faces are blank, emotionless. Then one of them speaks, voice flat and unnerving. "Can we come in? We need to use your phone." Something feels wrong, not just strange, wrong. An unnatural wave of fear rises in your chest, but you don't know why, until you see their eyes. Not just dark, not just empty, pitch black. No whites, no irises, just void. That's when the panic sets in. And yet they don't try to force the door open. They just stand there, staring, and say something that sends chills down your spine. "We can't come in unless you invite us." This isn't just a scary story. It's based on real reports. In 1996, in Abilene, Texas, a man named Brian Bethel wrote about a terrifying encounter with two boys who approached his car at night. They asked for a ride to the movies. As he reached to unlock the door, he felt a deep primal fear. When he looked at their faces, their eyes were as black as ink. When he didn't respond, their voices turned urgent, pushing him to agree. But he sped away. When he looked in the rearview mirror, they were gone. Since then, reports have poured in from all over the world. The same children, the same behavior, the same black soulless eyes. Some say they're demons. Others think they're extraterrestrials or even government experiments. But what terrifies people most isn't who they are. It's what happens if you say yes. Because no one who's let them in has ever been seen again. For decades, people who vacationed in central Maine's North Pond area were puzzled by items that would go missing. Batteries and food from cabins, flashlights from camping tents. Rumors spread that a permanent fixture of the area would forage for sustenance and supplies. They were right. For 27 years, Christopher Knight lived alone in the woods, keeping tabs on the hikers, canoeists, and other temporary residents of the grounds. When he was confronted by a game warden in 2013, Knight admitted he was responsible for an average of around 40 robberies a year. Despite the likely protestations of family and friends, who dismissed tales of a hermit lurking somewhere in the woods. His identification proved that someone had been watching and waiting for nearly 3 decades. You know those stories about a secret room behind the wall, where someone's been living in your house without you knowing? Well, in 2008, a man named Tracy Richter started hearing strange noises in her Iowa home. Furniture moved slightly, lights turned on and off. At first, she thought she was losing her mind. But then, she found a crawlspace hidden behind a closet. Inside it was a man. He had been living there, unnoticed, stealing food, watching her. But that's not the only case. In Japan, a man installed security cameras after food kept vanishing. The footage revealed a woman crawling out of a cupboard at night. She had been living in his home's storage area for nearly a year. These aren't legends. They're real-life nightmares. So if you hear creaking at night, check your walls. In Pennsylvania, kids talked about a glowing green figure who walked the roads at night, faceless, terrifying. They called him Charlie No-Face. The truth? He was real, but not what they said he was. His name was Raymond Robinson, and he suffered horrific injuries as a child after touching a live wire. His face was badly disfigured, so he only walked at night to avoid attention. Locals saw him and started spreading stories, saying he was a ghost, a mutant, or radioactive. But Raymond was just a man trying to live in peace. Still, that didn't stop the legend from growing, and some swear they still see him walking the roads today. So we'll end it here for today. But stories like this are just the beginning. We have much bigger secrets to uncover. If you like this video and want more tales that blur the line between legend and truth, make sure to subscribe and be part of our growing community. Let us know in the comments what urban legend you want us to uncover next, because any of the scariest stories haven't even been told yet.